If you think sharks are the scariest predators in the ocean, think again. Before you take your next dip, you might want to learn about some of the more alarming creatures lurking in the deep. From glittering deadly emeralds to a crab with an extra spicy name inspired by curry, here are the 15 most dangerous crustaceans in the world. Number 15. Japanese spider crab giants of the deep. The sheer size of these crustaceans is enough to instill fear. Japanese spider crabs hold the title of the world's largest crabs, with legs that can stretch up to 12.5 feet across and a body that can weigh nearly 20 kilograms, large enough to dwarf a human child. But before you get too alarmed, let's delve into the reality of these underwater giants. It wouldn't be fair to judge them solely on their imposing appearance. These crabs are masters of camouflage, living at depths of 150 to 200 meters, where they use materials from their surroundings to blend in and avoid predators. This camouflage ability might explain their impressive lifespan, which can exceed 100 years, with some living even longer. Despite their massive size, Japanese spider crabs are more likely to be preyed upon by octopuses or stingrays, rather than posing a threat themselves. They are scavengers by nature, feeding on the decaying remains of animals and plants found on the ocean floor. Although there are plenty of myths surrounding these crabs, the truth is they aren't likely to harm a human, unless you're already dead on the seafloor. These legends might have given them a fearsome reputation, but really, they're just doing their part to clean up the ocean. So maybe it's time to stop judging these gentle giants and appreciate their role in the marine ecosystem. Number 14. Brown crab, Europe's biggest crustacean. The brown crab, known scientifically as Cancer pagurus, roams the seafloor around the British Isles, keeping beachgoers on alert. This spooky crustacean holds the title of the largest crab species in Europe, typically reaching about 20 centimeters across. However, some of these crabs can grow to a staggering 30 centimeters and weigh up to 9 pounds, which is about the size of a newborn baby, with 8 legs and 2 massively strong claws. The brown crab's pincers can crush with a force that's 4 times stronger than a human hand, delivering a crushing power of 90 pounds per square inch. If one of these creatures grabs your ankle, it's going to hurt a lot. These crafty crabs lurk under seaweed or near rocks, lying in wait to ambush unsuspecting sea creatures, including other crabs. Cannibalistic and always hungry, the brown crab isn't picky about what it eats, devouring dead marine life and shellfish with enthusiasm. Also called the edible crab, this species is a favorite dish for humans. Perhaps that's why it puts up such a fight. The brown crab is more than just a formidable predator. It plays a crucial role in the marine ecosystem. As a scavenger, it helps to clean up the ocean floor by consuming dead organisms, which in turn recycles nutrients back into the ecosystem. This natural cleanup service is vital for maintaining the health of the marine environment, preventing the buildup of organic material that could otherwise lead to environmental imbalances. In addition to its ecological importance, the brown crab is a key species in the fishing industry, particularly in the UK and Northern Europe. It is one of the most commercially valuable species, with thousands of tons being harvested each year. The brown crab's sweet, delicate meat is highly prized and is a staple in many seafood dishes, from crab cakes to bisques. The fishing of brown crab supports local economies, especially in coastal communities, where it is a significant source of employment. Sustainable fishing practices are crucial to ensuring that this valuable resource remains abundant, as overfishing could threaten its population. Brown crabs are also fascinating in their reproductive behavior. Females can carry up to 2 million eggs under their abdomen, which they release into the water when they hatch. The larvae are planktonic, drifting in the ocean currents for several weeks before settling to the seafloor, where they grow into juvenile crabs. This high reproductive output is one reason why the species remains resilient despite being heavily fished. Interestingly, brown crabs are known to migrate. They can travel significant distances along the seabed, moving between feeding grounds and breeding areas. Some populations undertake seasonal migrations, which can cover several kilometers. These migrations are often timed with changes in water temperature and food availability, showing the crab's adaptability to its environment. Despite their tough exterior and powerful claws, brown crabs have their own set of predators. Large fish, octopuses, and even other crabs can prey on them, particularly when they are molting and more vulnerable. The molting process, where the crab sheds its old exoskeleton to grow a new one, is a dangerous time as it leaves the crab soft and defenseless for a short period. Number 13. Mosaic reef crab, toxic beauty. As we move further down the list, the dangers only increase. Meet the mosaic reef crab, Singapore's most venomous crustacean. It might surprise you that there are poisonous crabs at all, let alone several species found in Singapore alone. This toxic creature lives among coral reefs and along the coastlines of Singapore, China, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, Australia, Vietnam, and French Polynesia. It's a vibrant orangey red with a distinctive white speckled mosaic pattern on its shell. Although small, measuring around 8 to 10 centimeters and equipped with short pincers. It is the crab's poison that makes it truly terrifying. The real danger of this crab lies not in its pinch size or even its intimidating glare. The Mosaic reef crab is among the most toxic crabs on the planet. It's wise to stay far away from this one. Numerous fatalities have been linked to this species. The neurotoxins it carries are so potent that cooking the crab won't neutralize the toxin. What's even more fascinating is that this crab seems to derive its poison from its preferred diet of toxic sea cucumbers. Delicious? Maybe not, but definitely deadly. In all seriousness, encountering this crab could be fatal. Number 12. Mud crabs, hidden predators. Mud crabs, also known as Scylla serrata, are commonly found in mangroves, swamps, creeks, and estuaries across Australia, Asia, and Africa. They are popular with both fishermen and food enthusiasts, but catching them is not without risk. Venturing through mudflats and mangroves filled with crabs and possibly other lurking dangers like crocodiles can be quite hazardous. These crabs typically hide just below the muddy surface, making them nearly invisible to the untrained eye. The crabs are not only well camouflaged but also incredibly patient, often lying in wait for hours before emerging to catch their prey or protect their territory. Their claws are strong enough to crush shells and even sever a fishing line, which makes them formidable opponents for any predator or unlucky human who gets too close. Local fishermen often tell stories of how difficult it is to catch these elusive creatures without suffering a painful nip or two. This, combined with the muddy or shallow waters, makes spotting them a challenge. When threatened, a mud crab's enormous claws, equipped with razor-sharp pincers, can inflict serious damage on an unfortunate ankle. If a mud crab grabs hold of you, it might not let go easily. Its powerful claws can even remain clamped shut after the crab has detached the claw to escape. Fortunately for the crab, it can grow a new claw, leaving its attacker in pain and wearing a new, unwanted crab claw accessory. Ouch! Number 11. The curry puff crab, a deadly lookalike. Does the name curry puff crab sound like something you'd order from a restaurant? Think twice. The curry puff crab, or Platypodia granulosa, resembles the floral egg crab and shares some of its dangerous traits. This crab is another member of Singapore's deadly crustacean club. It gets its name from its resemblance to a curry puff, but that's where the similarity ends. What makes it even more dangerous is that its toxins are not neutralized by cooking, making ingestion potentially fatal regardless of preparation. Fishermen are often warned to avoid catching these crabs, as their toxic nature can lead to severe health risks. In the wild, the curry puff crab uses its toxins as a defense mechanism against predators, allowing it to thrive in environments teeming with threats. Despite its small size, it has managed to stay off the menu of larger predators thanks to its potent chemical defenses. While its brown shell isn't venomous, the crab itself is highly poisonous. Experts in camouflage, these crabs blend in so well that if you have any allergies, you might want to avoid them entirely. Touching one could be risky, so it's best not to confuse this crab with its namesake. Your odds of survival are high as long as you don't accidentally bite into it, thinking it's your snack. Now it's time for today's topic. In the frigid waters off the coast of Alaska, a group of seasoned fishermen were expecting to haul in their usual catch. However, what they pulled from the deep stunned them all. Entangled in their nets was the largest Alaskan king crab ever recorded. Measuring over 10 feet across from claw to claw and weighing more than 60 pounds, this colossal creature seemed like something out of a legend. The fishermen, led by Captain Jack Riley, couldn't believe their eyes. "We've seen some big ones in our time, but nothing comes close to this," Riley commented, still in awe. The crab's size was so extreme that it took multiple crew members just to lift it onto the deck. Marine biologists were immediately contacted, and early estimates suggest this could be a record-breaking discovery. Theories began circulating that the abnormal size of this crab could be linked to the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Bering Sea. Some even speculated that environmental factors, such as changing ocean currents, might be allowing these creatures to grow to unprecedented sizes. While the true reason remains a mystery, one thing is certain: this extraordinary crab is a testament to the wonders still lurking beneath the ocean's surface. Number 10. Mantis shrimp, the thumb splitter. The word shrimp might bring to mind a harmless little creature, but the mantis shrimp is a whole different story. Known also as stomatopods, these crustaceans are anything but timid. In fact, the mantis shrimp is sometimes called the thumb splitter, and for good reason. Handle one, and you might end up with more than just a painful injury. These colorful creatures can grow between 4 and 8 inches long and live for 3 to 6 years. Found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, they thrive in coral reefs where food is plentiful. Mantis shrimp have a diet that includes fish, other shrimp, and crabs. What sets them apart is their violent and frightening hunting techniques. With over 400 species, mantis shrimp are classified as either smashers or spearers. Smashers wield a club-like appendage known as a dactyl club to batter their prey at speeds reaching 50 miles per hour, equivalent to a gunshot's velocity. Spearers, on the other hand, have sharp, barbed appendages to impale their prey, turning their food into a shish kebab. Mantis shrimp possess incredible strength, allowing them to take on much larger prey. Let's just hope they never turn their attention to humans. But the mantis shrimp isn't just remarkable for its raw power. It also has one of the most advanced visual systems in the animal kingdom. Each of its eyes is capable of moving independently, and they contain up to 16 types of color-receptive cones compared to the mere 3 found in human eyes. This allows mantis shrimp to see an extraordinary range of colors, including ultraviolet light that is invisible to us. Their eyes can also detect polarized light, which is a capability that very few creatures possess. This highly developed vision is crucial for hunting, allowing them to detect the slightest movements of prey and even communicate with one another through color changes. The striking force of a mantis shrimp is so powerful that it creates cavitation bubbles in the water, a phenomenon where the rapid movement of the club causes the water to vaporize temporarily, forming a bubble. When this bubble collapses, it generates a second shock wave that can stun or kill prey, even if the initial strike misses. This dual attack strategy makes the mantis shrimp one of the most efficient predators in the ocean. In addition to their formidable hunting skills, mantis shrimp are also known for their intelligence. They are one of the few invertebrates known to engage in complex social interactions. They can recognize and remember individual neighbors, engage in ritualized fighting, and even use their powerful claws to signal to potential mates or rivals. Some species are monogamous and form long-term pair bonds, sharing a burrow and raising offspring together, which is quite rare among crustaceans. Mantis shrimp are also incredibly resilient. Their dactyl clubs, the smashing appendages, are made of a highly specialized material that can withstand repeated impacts without breaking. Scientists are studying this material to inspire the development of new ultra-tough materials for use in armor and other protective gear. Despite their aggressive nature and formidable weaponry, mantis shrimp are a crucial part of the marine ecosystem. They help control the populations of various prey species and contribute to the health of coral reefs by keeping certain species in check. So, while they may be terrifying up close, they play an essential role in maintaining the balance of their underwater world. Number 9. The emerald crab, deadly beauty. First on our list of lethal crabs is the emerald crab. Despite its charming name and eye-catching green hue, this crustacean is packed with potent toxins. Found in the warm waters of the Caribbean, the emerald crab, known scientifically as Mithraculus sculptus, spends its days munching on algae and scavenging the ocean floor. While it might seem harmless due to its small size, the emerald crab's toxins can cause severe reactions in larger marine predators, effectively keeping them at bay. This self-defense mechanism allows it to thrive in areas with a high number of potential threats. Interestingly, the emerald crab is also known to aggressively defend its territory, often engaging in confrontations with other crabs that dare to enter its space. It's this combination of toxicity and boldness that makes the emerald crab a true survivor in the ocean. Its vibrant, alien-like green color might draw you in, but don't be tempted to sample this creature. Like others from our notorious death crab gang, it carries a deadly mix of neurotoxin. However, if you can resist the urge to taste one, keeping an emerald crab in your aquarium could be like having a built-in garbage collector. Just a thought. Number 8. Floral egg crab, a pretty yet poisonous danger. Often called the floral egg crab, shawl crab, or by its scientific name Atargatis floridus. This small mud crab is typically found in Southeast Asia and extending towards Australia. With its smooth shell and attractive markings, this little crustacean may appear harmless, but don't let its charming exterior fool you. It harbors a deadly secret. If you've heard of the puffer fish, you'll know that these seemingly innocent fish are incredibly lethal due to their tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times more toxic than cyanide. The floral egg crab has similarly evolved to use this potent toxin as a defense mechanism, deterring predators from making a meal out of it. Despite its beautiful appearance, handling this crab is dangerous, as even a small amount of its toxin can cause severe poisoning. Local fishermen are well aware of the risks, and they make sure to steer clear of this species when out at sea. So what does this have to do with our pretty little crab? The same deadly tetrodotoxin is found in the legs of this floral egg crab. Ingesting this crab could be fatal, as it ranks number 9 on our list. Consider this your warning. Just like you should never eat puffer fish or lick a toxic toad, you should definitely avoid munching on the legs of a floral egg crab. Number 7. Coconut crabs, the island giants. If you ever find yourself on a remote island in the Asia-Pacific region and come across a massive crab that seems eager to greet you, be cautious. The coconut crab, also known as the palm thief, has claws that can exert a crushing force 10 times stronger than a human hand. In fact, these creatures have the most powerful claws of any crustacean on Earth. With this immense strength, a coconut crab can lift up to 28 kilograms, the weight of a small child. So, kids and pets should keep their distance from this giant. A coconut crab's claws are strong enough to crack open a coconut, so your soft fingers don't stand a chance. But there's no need to worry too much. Their enormous size makes them hard to miss. Weighing in at 4 kilograms and measuring 40 centimeters in length, with legs that can stretch nearly a meter across, the coconut crab won't be hiding in your beach gear. But there's more to these incredible creatures than just their strength. Coconut crabs are actually the largest land-dwelling arthropods in the world. Their size and power aren't their only impressive traits. They are also highly skilled climbers. These crabs can scale trees as tall as 10 meters, using their powerful legs to grip the bark as they ascend. They do this to reach their favorite food, coconuts. Once they reach the top, they use their formidable claws to snip off the coconut, allowing it to fall to the ground where they can then crack it open and feast. Coconut crabs are primarily nocturnal, which means they do most of their foraging at night. During the day, they prefer to hide in burrows or crevices to avoid predators. Despite their size, they are surprisingly elusive, often retreating quickly if they sense danger. However, their nocturnal nature and impressive size can make them a startling sight for anyone who stumbles upon them after dark. These crabs have a varied diet, feeding on fruits, nuts, seeds, and even small animals. In some cases, they've been known to scavenge on carrion, and there are reports of coconut crabs preying on birds. Their diet is rich and varied, which contributes to their large size and formidable strength. Interestingly, coconut crabs have a long lifespan, with some living up to 60 years. Their ability to regenerate lost limbs over time adds to their resilience, making them one of the toughest creatures in the animal kingdom. However, they are vulnerable during the molting process, when they shed their exoskeleton to grow a new one. During this time, they often retreat to their burrows for protection, as they are softer and more susceptible to predators. While coconut crabs are generally solitary creatures, they do engage in brief social interactions, particularly during mating season. After mating, the female coconut crab will lay her eggs in the ocean, where they will hatch into larvae. These larvae spend several weeks drifting in the sea before eventually settling on land, where they undergo metamorphosis into juvenile crabs. Despite their somewhat intimidating appearance and behavior, coconut crabs are a vital part of the ecosystem in the regions they inhabit. They help to keep the environment clean by scavenging on dead animals and organic debris. This role as nature's cleanup crew is crucial for maintaining the health of their habitats, making them an essential, if not slightly terrifying, part of island life. Number 6. Remipede, the venomous cave dweller. The remipede is a small, blind crustacean that resembles a swimming centipede, found mostly in the dark underwater caves of Central America and Mexico. This little creature has developed a particularly gruesome method for capturing and consuming its prey. If you're eating right now, you might want to pause because this isn't for the faint-hearted. The remipede uses its fangs to inject its prey with a deadly mix of enzymes and neurotoxin. These toxins first paralyze the victim and then liquefy its insides into a digestible sludge, which the remipede then sucks out, leaving behind only the empty shell or leftover fish bits. As gross as this may be, you have to admire the remipede's evolutionary adaptation. Its venom allows it to efficiently catch and consume prey despite its blindness and lack of physical strength. However, there's no need to worry too much. These creatures are quite rare, and scientists who study them have to undertake dangerous and complex diving expeditions into deep underwater caves just to find one. So you're not likely to encounter a remipede sipping on a shrimp smoothie at your local swimming spot anytime soon. Number 5. American lobster, more than just a fancy meal. You've definitely come across these popular crustaceans, and you've probably seen one on a plate before. However, there are some surprising facts about the American lobster that you might not know. Known for being served in upscale restaurants, boiled to perfection and drenched in butter with a squeeze of lemon, the American lobster is also a truly fascinating creature. This peculiar appearance is just the beginning. Like other crustaceans, lobsters wear their skeletons on the outside of their bodies, shedding them periodically as they grow. This might sound odd, but it's typical crustacean behavior. However, the American lobster takes strange biology to a whole new level. One of its most bizarre features is its ability to regrow lost limbs. If a claw breaks off, it can simply grow a new one. And believe it or not, this lobster has teeth, though not in the way you might think. These teeth aren't for chewing food on your plate. Instead, they are located inside the lobster's stomach. To add to the oddity, the lobster's stomach is positioned near its mouth. So while the American lobster is indeed a culinary delight, it's also an incredible example of nature's quirks. Number 4. Crayfish, the clone army. Crayfish, also known by names like crawfish, crawdads, or mudbugs, might seem harmless, even tasty, and certainly not something to keep you awake at night, unless, of course, you eat a bad one. While most crayfish are fairly innocuous, there is one species that could easily star in a cheesy sci-fi movie about a world-conquering army of 10-legged mutants. This isn't fiction, though. There's a species of crayfish that's been doing just that, spreading like wildfire across the globe. The marbled crayfish was accidentally created in an aquarium in 1995 and has since become a global threat. This species poses a serious danger to native crayfish and ecosystems. With their ability to reproduce at an alarming rate, marbled crayfish are displacing native species and outcompeting them for resources, leading to major ecological imbalances. Their rapid spread has made them a subject of concern for conservationists and governments alike, who are struggling to contain their expansion. In some places, these crayfish have even begun to impact water quality, as their presence can disturb aquatic vegetation and lead to changes in nutrient cycling. Because of their invasive nature, experts have warned against releasing any marbled crayfish into the wild, as even a few individuals can quickly establish a large population. In just a couple of decades, the marbled crayfish has spread across Europe and Africa. What makes it particularly alarming is its ability to clone itself. Entirely female, this species reproduces by cloning, making it virtually unstoppable. It's like something out of a horror movie, but it's all too real. Sleep tight, and try not to dream about crayfish taking over the world. Number 3. The Sawedged spooner crab, a dangerous encounter. The name Sawedged spooner crab sends mixed signals, but there's no mistaking its threat level. The idea of spooning with this crab might seem strange, but let's move past that and focus on what makes it truly dangerous. This creepy crustacean lurks around coral reefs in Asia, including Singapore, the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and extends into the waters near Papua New Guinea and New Caledonia. Although it's not a large crab, reaching only 15 centimeters, its spiny, jagged appearance gives it a menacing look. The saw-edged part of its name refers to the rows of teeth running along its legs and claws. Stepping on one of these would be a painful experience, but the real danger lies in its poisonous insides. One of the biggest risks is that the saw-edged spooner crab can be mistaken for more edible species. In the deadly world of toxic sea creatures disguised as harmless seafood, this confusion could prove fatal. Stay alert, especially around these spiky crustaceans. If they don't cut you with their sharp edges, their toxic innards might do the job. A warning label wouldn't be out of place for these creatures. Number 2. Chinese mitten crab, furry yet fearsome. The Chinese mitten crab, with its furry claws, might look a bit comical, like it's wearing tiny mittens, but don't let its appearance fool you. These crabs are anything but harmless. Their presence on the list of the world's most dangerous crustaceans is well-earned. Originally from China and the surrounding regions of Japan and Korea, these hairy-clawed invaders have spread across the globe, either through deliberate introduction or by hitching rides in ballast water. But what makes them such a problem? For starters, they tend to gather in large groups and burrow into riverbanks, causing significant damage. These burrows can weaken critical infrastructure, leading to costly repairs and even endangering the stability of bridges and flood control systems. Additionally, their population growth is difficult to control, as they can survive in both fresh and saltwater environments, making them extremely adaptable. In some areas, they have even outcompete native species for food and habitat, creating further imbalances in the ecosystem. Their extensive burrowing has even led to levee breaches. As if that weren't bad enough, the Chinese mitten crab often carries the oriental lung fluke, a parasitic flatworm that can infect humans who eat undercooked crab. The fluke then hatches and takes up residence in the lungs, a truly terrifying prospect. So, while those mitten-like claws might look amusing, the dangers they carry are anything but. Number 1. Mutant claw, the pistol shrimp's secret weapon. The pistol shrimp wields a claw that sometimes grows to be half the size of its entire body. This oversized claw is the source of the shrimp's incredible power. When it's ready to attack, the shrimp opens a small chamber at the end of its massive claw, allowing water to enter. With a powerful squeeze, the shrimp forces the water out with immense pressure, creating high-speed bubbles. These bubbles may sound harmless, but they are actually lethal, capable of stunning or even killing the shrimp's prey. As the bubbles burst, they produce a loud snap, almost like a gunshot. One species, humorously named Synalpheus pinkfloydi, can generate bubbles that reach an ear-splitting 210 decibels. To put that into perspective, a real gunshot is only about 140 to 175 decibels. That's some serious noise for such a small creature. The pistol shrimp's abilities are so impressive that they inspired a superpower in Netflix's action movie, Project Power. Jamie Foxx's character has a power modeled after this shrimp, allowing him to destroy bullets and obliterate enemies with a powerful pulse. So, being called a shrimp might actually be a compliment after all. Are crabs your new all-time biggest fear? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into the weirdest creatures on our planet. Until next time, stay curious.